Hey guys, what's up? My name is Cameron Penner, and welcome to a great new series, hopefully. This is going to be episode 1 of Let's Make a Game. Today we are going to start creating a game, and this one's going to be a robot battle game. I've been thinking about making this for a little while, and here's the main idea. Pretty much, you have robots, and let's get a bigger cursor. Pretty much you have robots, and you'll have maybe 3 or 4, and then the enemy is going to have a few robots, and technically they'll be kind of equal to yours. And then if you've ever played like Age of Empires or StarCraft, you'll know what I mean when I say you kind of micro your units. So you'll take your units, you'll select them, and then you'll say, hey, move over here, and then he'll move over there. And if you don't tell them to do anything, then they'll just kind of go off of artificial intelligence, and they'll just randomly run around wherever and try to win. But of course, people are smarter than computers, so you'll be able to kind of cheat their AI and like do tricks and like focus guys down. And I'm gonna try to make the computer AI pretty good or different depending on how good or how difficult you want the game to be. And so pretty much you'll have little robots, and you'll be able to like upgrade them and stuff, upgrade their tracks and upgrade their guns and upgrade their chassis and put different weapons on them and stuff. So today we probably won't get much done, but we'll get a bit of a start. And right now I'm probably going to start off just by hammering down a bunch of sprites. I might time-lapse me making that, and then we'll start working on some objects. And the sprites will just be temporary, so... Alright, you may have noticed I started firing together a few objects. I haven't done anything with them except for set the sprite and change their names. This robot, this is going to be a parent object, so that's what this sprite is for, is just so I know which objects are parents and such. So this one we're going to put lots of controls and variables and stuff in. Hopefully we might change lots of stuff yet, but this is going to just be a bit of a starting basis, and if it ends up working, then good. So I'm going to go ahead and parent these guys both to that, because they might be separate robots, but they will still they'll still have their stuff based off of the main robot thing. So we're going to go ahead and go to add a draw event, and then we are going to draw. Now I don't know what options we all have here for drawing in the light version, but I'm just gonna go quickly check that, and then I'll be right back. Alright, we're gonna try a little bit of stuff here. This apparently is allowed in 8.1, so sorry, I'm used to 8.0, so I'm gonna have to look up a bit of stuff, but we're going to draw, we're going to make a variable, and we're going to call it wheel sprite, and then for our robot it's going to have that set to something. So for this one we'll just add a create event and set the variable, we'll just use code. I'm not sure what kind of balance I should do of code and drag and drop, so just post in the comments what you prefer, and I'll try to lean more towards that in the future. So we're gonna just set wheel sprite to SPR robot wheels, and then we're also just gonna set chassis sprite equals chassis and the gun. Sprite equals SPR robot gun. There, try that. Okay, these are just some variables that this will not be there in the future. This will get changed depending on what these other robots are, and their variables will get set when they're created. So lots of stuff is subject to change. But anyways, in the draw, I just want to keep my options open here while I'm coding. So it'll draw the wheel sprite, and sub image we're just gonna say wheel position, which is gonna assume is 0. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here, errors, treat uninitialized variables as 0. I know that's kind of a bad idea in some ways, but this is just for just getting the point across. We can do this in here too. Add wheel position equals 0, and we'll just go like that for now. I also actually want to add a sprite. This will be my robot mask. I'm going to edit that sprite. New sprite, 48 by 48. And then we're just going to make a big red circle. I like doing my masks red. Whoa! Let's get that out of there. Just because it feels good. So, did that. Now we want to draw that at position X, and X scale is going to be 1 and 1. Rotation is going to be chassis ROT. Color is going to be C white. I didn't know you could do that in unregistered. Cool. And alpha is going to be 1. And then we're going to say copy that and paste it twice. This is going to draw the chassis, and it'll do this all in order. So chassis will go on top of wheel, and then this is going to be the gun. So we're going to do that at sub image 1, X, Y, X scale 1, Y scale 1. This is going to be a chassis rot. We might be able to change that to direction, but no, that'd be silly. So chassis rotation, and then C white, of course, and 1, and this is going to be 1, and this is going to be gun rot. Rot stands for rotation, by the way. So we can now fire in an object robot parent, and it should, we'll see what happens. It puts it in there and it draws stuff, so sweet. Now what we can do is we can make, rather than putting this in here, we can copy that and put it in create there. We can delete that, say okay, go ahead, and we're gonna just make a new sprite. I don't know, good. I don't know, I don't want to do that. Here, we're gonna say no. We'll leave that there. We're just gonna make this guy, I just want to be able to see it in the room, that's all. We'll go like that. Just because then we don't need to set masks or anything. It's already pre-done, so we can take that out of there. What am I doing wrong? I don't even know how to do this anymore. Delete. Can you just... I don't even know how to do this anymore. There we go. So that's the same. Like that. So I'll put that in there, and that'll work just fine. Now let's... I have no idea what we have for time, but I have no idea how long these episodes are going to be also, so this is totally a new thing for me. I've never heard of this being done before, so this is gonna be a learning process in a few ways. So we are going to set wheel pause, and we're going to say chassis rot is going to equal 0, and we are also going to say gun rot equals 0, and that should be good. Now let's this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna get right crazy. I'm gonna just make it so that you can select the guys, make them move, and then I think that's gonna be the end of this episode. And we're just gonna do selecting by left clicking. So global mouse, left pressed, control if variable point distance. Here we want to say if point distance x y mouse underscore x comma mouse underscore y is greater than, or we'll say less than, is less than 32. So you're going to have a little extra space to grab your guy with. Then we are going to go ahead and set selected equals 1. Then we're going to go in here and say else selected equals 0. And this is actually not going to work necessarily because, and this should be lowercase, this is not going to necessarily work because if two guys are on top of each other, then it's going to select both of them, and that's bad news bears. So we're going to change that yet, but this will just be temporary. So we can set a few good guys in the room. Say good. What is this? This is bad. Okay, good, good, good. And now we are going to say add event mouse right pressed. And then we're going to go here, if selected, and we don't even need to say equals 1 because 1 is technically true in GameMaker, which is weird, but that's how it is. So if it's selected, then we're going to say or move x equals mouse underscore x, and move y equals mouse underscore y. So that'll set the position that he wants to move to, and we're going to hopefully get it to be setting these variables by itself unless you tell it to. And so that we'll add more coding in there later. So we'll go like that and see if we're going to also add a step event. If and this is going to make him move to the position if he needs to. If point distance x comma y comma move x comma move y is greater than, oh man, max speed. We're going to be hammering in so many variables here. Then we are going to, actually we'll just say, no, we're going to go max speed because we're going to need to add lots of stuff in yet. So then we're going to say jump, what is it, move to towards point, move x comma move y comma sp speed is going to be max speed. Sweeto. We're gonna go like that for now, and then we'll say else Move x equals, you know what, no, we're gonna leave that for now. We're gonna leave that out. So now, let's just see what we all put in. I don't even know. So there, go there. Nope. Okay, so global left pressed. If he's within 32, you'll set him to selected. Right press, this should be global. Mouse, global mouse, right pressed. You probably saw that the whole time and we're thinking, what's wrong with this guy? Anyways, let's actually save this game. And we want to save it into a new folder. Game Maker Games. Go in there. And we're gonna call it Robot Battles. Super creative. Let's see if we actually do have something. Nope, left click to select, right click to go. He does not move. So, robot, good. No, this should all be going in. No, this should all be going in good. But the step should be going in parent. So I'm going to take that out and put it in parent, add event step. And put that in there, and then we're going to take it out of here. Just because the controlling it should go in good, because only the good guys are going to get controlled, but the bad guys are going to need to move around too. So we're going to put this in here. Move towards point. I'm going to pause it right here and check a little bit of stuff, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I looked at a few things and realized one of our main problems. Oh yeah, I added, I just made it draw, if he was selected, I made it draw a mask just so I could see whether he was selected, and that's just for testing. I'll change that to probably a different sprite later. We need to add max speed. We'll just set it to 5 for now. And also I want to change this to, rather than move towards point, I want to use the potential step thing. So we are going to say move to move X and move Y, and the step size is going to be max speed, and then check all is going to be false, and then it'll only check solid walls. And we might change this to move potential object, potential step object, and then we'll just set this to a wall object, which we'll create right now. Object wall P, and then we can change, put different walls in, and just add a new simple sprite and just blast this in here. It's 32 by 32 for now. So good enough. I'll change that later, so don't worry. We'll make it solid, and then we will take the room and we will fill it with these. Cool. Are you for serious? There's gotta be a better way. I feel like you used to be able to just right click and then it would just delete them. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm a bit of a noob to 8.0 to 8.1. So just so you know. So that is gonna work, and this needs to be object wall P. So that should be good. Now let's test it. Whoa. Okay. let's on creation set variable move X equals X and move Y equals Y. Cool. And then we also need to in here call the inherited event. Let's try this one more time. He's still going up there, eh? Come on. You should be. This is just going crazy, isn't it? Move X, move Y, create set variable, move underscore. What was I thinking? There we go. Okay. There we go. This is what making a game is like. Now you know. So here he goes. And we'll probably make him draw his the position where he's planning on going and stuff like that. And that is cool. And maybe we're gonna make it so the objects, so you can select more than one at once by hitting the shift key. So we may as well put that in now. Left pressed if, oh my goodness, I don't even know how to do that. I'm gonna pause, quickly figure something out quick. Alright, I think I might know. We're gonna say and keyboard check, and then we're gonna do the key VKL shift. See if that gives me something. So we want to, if it's smaller than 32 means it'll select it, and if the keyboard we're gonna cut that out of there and say else if not. Then we're gonna put a little exclamation point in there. Is that Java or is that GML? Is it gonna let me do that? We'll see what we'll see what happens. Hit run. You go there. You and you. Nope. We're gonna try. It might be Java. If this equals false, try that. Oh! Yeah. Keyboard check VK. I'm going to go back in here. This is what I do. Hit F1. When in doubt, hit F1. So that'll be something you'll learn this series for sure. Keyboard check. You'd think that would be the one. Keyboard check pressed. It was pressed since the last step. The keyboard check directly determines whether it is pressed by checking the hardware directly. The key is currently down. Keyboard check. That should do it. So we want this to return false. And I was holding the left shift there. Equals equals? Is that it? I think GameMaker automatically interprets that, but oh, it doesn't. Anyways, I'm going to search a little bit more, and if I can't find anything, I'm just gonna, yoink it out and probably do some other really bad version and just call it an episode. Alright. This should work, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna yoink it. And I've come up with a different idea. Because I think to myself, who wants to click on a thing, hit shift, and click on another one? So I'm going to try to come up with something that is better. And what I'm going to do is probably erase all of this. So we're going to say when left pressed, we're going to say set selected equals 0. And you'll see eventually at event mouse left button set variable selected equals 1. And just you wait and see what this does. This is actually going to totally okay, so you select the guy and then you right click. When you left click anywhere else, it'll unselect him. So what you can do now is you can drag your mouse over however many guys you want to select and then hammer them all to that place. The only problem is now all your guys are selected at once. So I want to somehow make it so guys can't be on top of each other like that. I'll probably just make it so they push apart. And then everything will work fine. But yeah, that'll I'm gonna try to figure out how that thing works quick. But honestly, I really like the control idea of this, and that'll be something cool that we can put in our game. Till then, I'm going to quickly look up how that key stuff works, and then I'll get back to you on that. And then I'm going to end the episode for reals. Alright. I did a little thing just for testing. VK L shift apparently just is not a thing. So when I change it to just shift, then what we're going to do is, if that is true, then we're just going to change the sprite, and that happens to work. So if anyone's got a great idea as to why left shift doesn't work, you can go ahead and let me know. I'm hitting left shift and nothing's happening. So go ahead and post in the comments if you have figured that out. If not, just use normal shift from now on when you want to do kind of stuff like that. But I'm kind of happy that we didn't know that before, because I actually really like this selecting setup better than the other way I would have done. So that is now actually the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. If you have any cool ideas what we can add to the game in the future, go ahead and post in the comments. Let me know what kind of length you think episodes should also be in the future. I'll probably try to keep them under 50 minutes and over 10 minutes. I don't think I'll be able to do an episode under 10 minutes, so they'll just naturally do that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.